One of the keys to consistently selling your photos is to know what a marketable picture is. Most amateurs and even some pros think that taking prize-winning images that win awards and contests is the answer. Photo buyers don't look at it that way. They have those kind of photos on the walls of their office, but they're signing checks for marketable photos. Once you know the difference between a good photo and a good marketable photo, you'll start to make your bookkeeper happy. The big secret in making marketable photos is to produce photos that are not the cookie-cutter variety that everyone else is taking. There are two disadvantages to this. First of all, the romance and appeal of commercial stock photography soon fades after you have snapped an angle of the Washington Monument or a sunset in Monterey Bay for the 20th time. Likewise with a standard symbol of power, those pictures of ocean waves or hope that's usually sunlight streaming through rolling dark clouds, and so on. The original exhilaration of stock photography diminishes when you realize you're following someone else's tracks, when you know others have the same identical pictures in their files that you do. On the other hand, it can be money in the bank when you hike in to get the standard shot of the maroon bells in Colorado. But it's disheartening to discover tripod marks or chewing gum wrappers in a spot where you had thought you were experiencing a moment of discovery. Eventually you come back to your starting point and say, there must be some more to stock photography than this. If you were to continue to snap these exquisite cliches as your standard stock in trade, what would you have to offer 2 or 3 decades from now? Would a publisher aggressively seek you out to publish an anthology of your work? Not if your photos were cookie-cutter versions of standard subject matter, making you indistinguishable from hordes of other commercial stock photographers. And the second disadvantage, it's economic. The supply of law and demand indicates that it's dangerous to count on consistent sales to the markets who buy these standard excellence. The market is so flooded with these pictures in the form of commercial stock agency catalogs, CD-ROMs, and online digital portfolios that the idea that your particular version would hit every time, or most of the time, enters a realm of, well, high optimism. Admirable, perhaps, but not too practical. So if making saleable photos is your goal, step away from knee-jerk reaction to photographing everything that comes before your lens. Become an important resource to a handful of photo buyers who appreciate your brand of pictures that match their brand of books and magazines.